There's something wonderful happening. I arose this morning at about 4:30 a.m. and I've been in meditation and a spiritual practice and using some of the Bentinho Massaro material. I'm nodding my head to all of you as you're joining. Using some of the Bentinho Massaro materials. I really enjoy working with him as a spiritual teacher. He's the best that I know of right at the moment, for at least where I am in terms of self-realization and empowerment. I'm sort of holding off speaking, waiting for a few more people as they're joining in. However, I may be repeating some of this. Just please begin your meditation. It's quieting the mind and going within. Connecting our hearts together as one big beautiful heart, as one big beautiful heartbeat, as one beautiful family of love and light. First connecting to one another here in our human existence, and then to our larger family. Uniting with our common intention of mastery. And in mastery, part of mastery is self-realization. Realizing the fullness of who you are. Coming home. Experiencing joy and bliss. Basking in the love light. Excuse me for one moment. Adjusting the music, making sure the volume is optimal. Medka, lovely to have you joining in. Medka's from Toronto. And everybody else is from around, a lot of Europe, Canada, US. So beautiful, family. Today the theme of our session is I am not a body. This also ties into a very important concept, which is being in the world and not of it. So if you, and when we remember that we are not a body, then we can much more easily be in the world and not of it. A lot of this is related to becoming more and more expansive. Morning, Gail. Gail from Florida. So I was sharing the theme from the theme of the call is I am not a body, which relates to the theme of being in the world but not of it. And my sincere wish and my calling is helping people attain mastery. I very strongly believe about carrying our spirituality into our day-to-day life, of course, but relating to this. At the end of last week's meditation, I was typing in, stay in that expansive state, so you can carry it into the world with you, where you are more located in your I state. We have our identity, which is more just believing that we're the body. And we go beyond that to the greater self, which is your soul self, connected to your I am presence. You're still experiencing yourself, but it is a much more expansive perspective, so it is a much better state to reside in. And then beyond that, we move, when we're feeling even more expansive, we move to the I state, the universal self state, to your God presence. And then it's beyond that to the absolute. But these states are fairly attainable for, I would say easily attainable for most of us, and I know many of you. So to go beyond the identity state to the greater self state, feeling more expansive, connected to your higher self. And then when the mind is even more still, going beyond that into the I state, to the universal self. I would be guessing that most of you and that we've experienced this fairly often. So when you are in your day-to-day world, rushing around, going out for groceries or whatever, it's easy to just forget who you are. It's easy for us to forget who we are. Welcome, Bertle. Great to have you from Europe. Namaste. We're talking about the theme of the call, which is I am not a body, and relating to being in the world and not of it. I'm speaking of the usefulness of when we are in our day-to-day routine. We could often forget who we are and just identify with ourselves as the identity, as this body rushing around with all these big important things to do, like taking care of shopping and errands and rushing off, driving around, rushing to meetings and so on. And it is very easy to forget and then to get caught up and get stressed out. My goal is in mastery, is to help us live as masters. So as much as we can to maintain at least a foot or as much of our being and awareness as possible in either our I am present state or beyond that into the universal self. So the usefulness of this is that you are not identifying yourself as just a body. When you remember who you are, that you are God, it is much easier to relax in this day-to-day life, to take things more lightly, to have things not trigger you, and to exist in a very much more peaceful and harmonious state when shining through this identity self is your true God presence. And as we know, we imagine the effect it has on the people around us as well. So if you feel comfortable with this, let us have that commitment to anchoring that greater self, the true self, more into our day-to-day life. I know having spoken to many of you, spending time with many of you, that is what you are doing. We've shared wonderful conversations, but I would love to suggest that we take it to the next level. Take it to the next level, where when someone tells you something that sounds terrible about their life, don't get caught up in it. See the God in that person. See the truth in that person. Let's try to take it to the next level. When you remember you're not a body, you are God. We are all gods, and we can see the God in the other person. What a beautiful gift that is. Even if we can't say it at the time, let us not be upset by the troubles of others. And one thing that I have benefited from greatly is also remembering my story, not telling my story so much about my problems in my life. And I definitely have been, I would say, guilty of doing this. And, not even, even recently. And I am going to commit to doing this less and less. Some of you know me, that we speak more frequently. And I am really, going to make a commitment to loosening that behavior. So I love you all so much. We are all one, and I just love that we are all together here in this beautiful dedicated space, in this commitment. So on that note that we were just sharing, in the day-to-day world, we're so busy, and it's not conducive to remembering that we are masters, that we are God. So the benefit of coming together this way with the intention of sharing, I was listening to Bentinho speaking of this, truth is truth. So the benefits of coming together in these beautiful groups, be it on Facebook or in person or on a live stream, is so beautiful to remind us of who we are, to connect us back to coming home, and then to help us to continue to anchor these states into our day-to-day life. Let us just take a moment now to make that commitment from your heart and feel it in every bit of who you are, in your physical self, in your greater self, in all that you are, that we will walk as gods on this earth, remembering. And when we forget, we will just jump back in as much as we can. And if we need to pause and have a meditation or use a spiritual tool, we will do that. This is how we change ourselves, and this is how we change the world. And it is my firm commitment. It's my firm commitment to keep holding these sessions to help us all together. I'm sorry, I just have to keep saying this. I love you all so much. It's just coming out of me. Those are words that, as you know, it's unconditional love. I've been meditating a lot this morning. So I am in I'm in that beautiful place of love, unconditional love. So when I say I love you, I'm not just saying something to be cute or sweet. It means I know who you are. I see who you are. I know who you are. And we are one, and it is me talking to myself in a way. The words are tricky. When I say I love you, it means I see that you are God. Because when I say I love you, I'm talking to the true you. And when I say I love you, I am magnifying who you are, because I'm speaking to your God presence. So let's take a moment to really get into a deepening of the meditation. I'm speaking now is purely a channeled truth message as I can, and I will be alternating. So who are you? Who are you? Connect to the deepest part of your being. We're fast tracking now. Take some breaths. Still your mind. Moving into that expanded state. Who are you? I am love. I am light. I am beyond this world. I am beyond location. I'm well beyond the body. I am source. I am peace. I am truth. I am wisdom. Feeling more and more expansive. I am beyond all concepts. Moving into the void, beyond time and space. Moving to that superb place of peace, quiet stillness, blinding love light. We are being held in a beautiful container of love and light. By our benevolent star being families. I like to be mainly silent. Let go. Really let go and soar. Be free, be brave, be free. Surrender. Going higher and higher. words, beyond thoughts. One with God. And beyond that, even so. To emptiness. Spending time here is beneficial. You don't need to listen to my voice. Feeling bliss, feeling ecstasy. So now, I'm going to do an exercise if you wish. While you're in this expansive state, can you think of yourself in the world? Can you think of a situation or a problem? Just even briefly. Let's pick a situation or a problem or an issue or an experience where you did not feel so good. And let's just take a moment to look at it from a higher perspective. You see how it may not drag you down, may not seem so serious. It may not even seem real. When you are in this more expanded state, and if you can have some of the awareness of this state in your day-to-day life, you can almost feel like life is a dream, because that's what it is. And when you're aware that it's not real, you see the benefits. Don't let your mind get in and start creating all kinds of, but what about this and what about that? That's okay, just let that go for now. So just letting go of that situation or problem or issue for a moment now. If you wish to close your eyes and continue just the meditation and move back to the expansive state while I speak. or tone me out if you wish. This life is an illusion. This life is a dream, just like all of our dreams that we experience in sleep. We are here for a purpose. We are here to learn. We don't need to take things so seriously. The more we identify as the body, the more we will experience pain and discomfort and be in that constant state of pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure. Oh, I feel bad. I got to do something to make me feel better. It's that constant rat race. But when can remain in a more expanded state or more connected to that state, you realize there really is no pain, including physical pain. And this is tricky. I'm not saying it's easy. It's just a dream. When you are more expanded and connected to your true self in your day-to-day life and existence, things will flow much more smoothly. Solutions will just happen almost out of their own accord. Problems will seemingly disappear, or they'll just seemingly take care of themselves. You'll feel happier and lighter. But we do need to keep coming back to practicing this way, because the world is not conducive to us remembering who we are. Most people don't talk about that. Most people want to talk about their problems and complain. So I'm very grateful that we have these times together, and in other groups as well, like with Bentinho and other teachers, where we can come back to have the intention of remembering who we are. Letting go now, moving back more to that expansive state. Apologies for taking you out of it if I did, but I wanted to illustrate that point to you. So moving into the most expansive state. Most expansive state. The quietest, most beautiful place. Beyond the body, beyond the I am presence, out into the I presence, into pure awareness, beyond thinking. Let us take this time to let go of thinking. You can come back to it later. Give yourself the gift of allowing the mind to come to stillness. Because now we are training the mind to be our servant, to work more in alignment with the higher mind. Let the mind be still. The neti of just letting go. I'm not this, I'm not that. Not this, not that, not this, not that. Just let it all go. Coming into the space of not form of our existence. Just coming back to it is all we are doing. Your being loves this. Beyond form, space, beyond location, soaring free. Bliss. Ecstasy. Joy. Total freedom. Total power. Let us stay quiet for a while. This beautiful union. Open to receive the highest vibrations, which are being showered upon us now and throughout the entire session. Blissed out. There is no time, there is no space, there is no location. which is nowhere, always free. Beyond the world, beyond thinking, feeling. You are eternal. Nothing can ever change this. much love. Stay in the space if you